Well, we just wanted to mention that Whimsy Bling is actually a three-dimensional structure. Um, you can see that it started out as a sketch, and then we put um, a mouth on there, and to get the line between the lips, we had to put a little tubular structure in there that goes in between the lips. And all I did was just take I took the original line between the lips and I made it into I chose that line, and then I added a circle to it that makes it into a tube, and then I put these little narrowing areas on it. And it lets me give the different colors to everything. And you can see I had a lot of trouble with the hair. I just don't understand hair. But each eyelash had to be added, and they are individually placed in place. And I had to add eyelids because I originally had the eyelashes connected to the eyebrow. And this can then be imported, and I gave her a little surround for her to have. It's 33 versions. Here is the original one that started all of this. There's the original drawing. You can see that I had managed to put the eyelashes on the eyebrows. Oh well, this is not my strong suit. But once you have created a 3D drawing, you can then import that 3D drawing into your rendering program. And the rendering program, if you're letting it render a three-dimensional structure, gives you a lot of options that you don't have with just the SketchUp program. And the next thing, all of these different materials it turns out that these materials are in Keyshot under the name of diffuse. I don't really know what diffuse is, but you can slowly change each of these materials into some other material. And again, you can see that the eyelashes are now connected to the eyelid, which is where they're supposed to be. And one of the eyebrows had the bigger part of the eyebrow medially and the thinner part laterally, and then one of them was backwards, so I had to flip it. And if you then take Whimsy Bling, the other thing you can do is you can adjust the lighting, and you can change the color of the lighting, and you can add lighting environments, and you can change the height of the lighting and the size of the lighting, and you can add additional color lights so that eventually we can get to the final Whimsy Bling. I think it's version 12. And then this is how it originally starts out. drawing, you see we're on 9 samples, and you don't get, because this skin color is translucent, you don't get the final result until you're up to 110, 120 samples. And the other advantage of this program is that you can, in your scene, you can switch the environment. This environment has 3 separate different lights added, and each of these lights has a slightly different color. Like this light right here is this color right there, and this light right here is that color right there, and this light right here is that color. And then you can change these lights around in the scene. This has a locked camera, so if we put it on the free camera, you can back this up and you should be able, there, see those lights? These lights are different lights of different colors, and these lights are shining down on Whimsy Bling. Looks like I've got them coming in from the back, or at least I did when I messed with it. I'm pretty sure I have these coming in from the front to give her face that proper look. And the other thing that you can do is you can render, and I actually render it at 487 as a PNG, and in order to convert it into a PopSocket, you have to, I usually expand it up to 495 and then add the circle in there, and I'll show you why I do that. So we'll make this a 2-part video, so we'll stop here. Okay, so you can send this out from KeyShot, and that is a rendered image, 160 samples. Then you can resample it up to what Amazon seems to want, which is 300 dots per inch. And what I've done is usually tried to set it to a size a little bigger than what Amazon is after. So now it's these are in pixels, and it's 500 by 500, so we can make an ellipse, and we can do a fixed size ellipse, and that's where we have to make it exactly what Amazon wants. And you can take this ellipse, which is now configured as a circle, and you can get it right on this image so that it is just the way you want it. And you can see that the circle is a little close to the colors, and they tell you to be careful about that. So we can adjust the image size down a little bit. And the reason why I'm adjusting this is because they want to be sure that the colors or anything that you consider to be important is not too near the edge. And then you can make a new image from what you did, and this is going to be exactly 485 by 485. Okay, and so now you see that you have an image that's exactly what you wanted it to be, and it's exactly the size that you want it to be, and it's the dots per inch that you want it to be, and it's ready to be sent up to Amazon. We can go back, if I can remember. we can go back into Keyshot. Some of these colors, like this color is actually emerald, and this is a flesh tone color, and every one of these is a different material. This is a translucent red, but it lets you make a face that's interesting. All right, well, we pulled it back up in Keyshot. You can see we're at 20 samples, and all of these different structures, we can expand the size of the image, and that makes it easier to see stuff. Every time you alter anything in Keyshot, it has to re-render it. So the translucent skin tone materials, it takes it a little while to get those. I just thought I would show you this. This material in the back here is actually, you can select that material, and it is a gem of green color, transparency, and refract. If you alter all of these variables, it changes what this gem looks like. And like her this coloration is metallic paint, so it's a bright red metallic paint, and you can alter all of these parameters of that and get the effect that you want. And as this is for the people who actually use Keyshot for the purpose of taking a company's product, they don't quite see Keyshot as just being a place where you can pick anything you want to, but I don't care. I look through it until I find something that looks right to me, and then I just use it. Again, here are the little eyelids. You can see the little eyelashes. The eyelashes are on the eyelids, and the eyelids are in front of the eye, and the eyebrows are above the eyelids. This is something that it took me a while to get that all straight in my head, how that works. And what you're seeing here is shadows. This is just, again, Keyshot, and with these bigger sized images, it is only done 2 samples. So that's why it has this look to it. And with Keyshot, you just have to wait and let it render itself up until you get to where further rendering doesn't help. And I realized when I was looking at the materials that I was not bringing the materials where you could see them. So we'll try that one more time. This is this green material in the back that I have. See, there's that yellowish colored light. That's that green material. And then if you if you edit that material, that is under the Keyshot designation of gem. And then you have to give properties to it, including color, transparency, refractive index, roughness, all this stuff. You have to add that. And once you get that, and again, I just change it till it looks like I want it to look. I feel like this may be like cheater's poker, but it looks the way I want it, so I'm happy with it. And another example of something we could look at, the line of the lips. And that's that little, and I don't even remember what it was. But it turns out that the line of the lips is solid glass of this color, with that transparency distance and that refractive index and that amount of roughness. And why did I pick that? I picked that because to me it looks pretty good, so that's why I picked it. And the lips are lips of Whimsy Bling metallic paint. Metallic paint is one of the materials that you can pick in Keyshot. And why did I pick metallic paint? I like metallic paint. It looks good. And then you go and you change around all these things until it looks like you want it to look. And here's your base color. And here is the metal color. And all of these are variables that you can work on if you want to. And it turns it into a particular color, and after this is rendered for a while, you get this look. And this is just how I put together Whimsy Bling. Okay, and it looks like there's apparently a lot more people that have Maya than the way I do it. And there is a program that will allow you to pull in a object that you've created in SketchUp. And this is I'm not very good with Maya, but there it is, pulled into Maya. So if there are people that are Maya people, then I can save this as a Maya file, and I'll put that on the website, and you can play around with Whimsy Bling in Maya if you want to.